Hello! Perfidious Pete here, buried in more swag than Soldier Boy at a pretty boy trade show in the perilous passages of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Don't ask me what a pretty boy trade show is. I really don't know. You're a pretty boy. Yeah, let's have a trade show. I don't know, maybe it's like a trade show for drag queens, perhaps? That would be like a pretty boy trade show, I think. Not that we could expect Soldier to visit such an esteemed collection of individuals, but it doesn't matter because Soldier Boy, he's old and busted. I'm the new hotness. I've got the swag now. I hauled a buttload of gold out of the dungeon last episode, almost 50 grand in a single run, and I think that definitely puts me higher on the swagometer than Soldier. Swagometer or swagometer? Swagometer. I think I like swagometer better. Swagometer. But you know what? Who cares? Whichever. Swagometer, swagometer. I'm still higher than Soldier, and that's the only important thing. I'm sorry, Soldier. You may be the pretty boy of swag, but this is Darkest Dungeon, and in Darkest Dungeon, pretty boys don't get the swag. In Darkest Dungeon, swag is reserved for bitter, middle-aged Midwestern males who are probably ultimately destined for failure in their campaign, and definitely destined to die alone in a soiled bathroom in an abandoned trailer park. That's definitely going to happen. But when I do perish lying on the cracked linoleum of that abandoned bathroom, I'll know before I go that I still had more swag than Soldier. Speaking of swag, let's figure out what the hell we're going to do. We're definitely not going into the Darkest Dungeon. Our goal, well, actually, you know what we got to do first? We got to actually spend some of our swag, because we want to take Wash, and we want to take Sophia, and we want to get them up to, of course, the maximum legend rank, which means these two are going in a dungeon. But before we can make that happen, we want to make sure they are fully upgraded. So let's go ahead and just buy all the skills, because I'm an idiot, I guess. And I'm soon to be swagless at this rate. My ill-gotten swag is fast fading. And as soon as we buy weapon upgrades, it may be on for good, because these are real expensive. 20 grand a piece. At some point, we really should consider... Looks like Hober and Washburn get a discount because he must have armor. We really should probably consider... You know what? I'm not going to... why are we saving deeds? Was there a reason? Something to do with the stagecoach, perhaps? Better in Vestal. We do have an empty slot on our... you know what? Yeah, you're on board. I don't care what quirks you have. Were we saving deeds for some sort of upgrade? We could upgrade the size of our... Actually, we could do this now. Or our stagecoach network. More available heroes. Bigger roster. I kind of want both of these. We do at some point need to reduce the... reduce the cost of our weapon and armor upgrades. But it's not like we've been having trouble coming up with the cash. We got the swag. Soldier Boy swag. We got it. Let's get down to finding the mission now that we got our upgrades taken care of. So, no, we want, like, we want to get these guys up and they won't go on veteran missions. Got a short champion for 90% of rooms. Call me crazy, I'm not super enthused about that. We need 6 resolve EXP. It looks like 10, actually, for Wash. We can probably do that. The short is not going to get us there. I think a medium will get Sophia there, but it might short Washburn, Hoban a little bit. What's this trinket? Grave Robber's Talisman. Bonus 3% crit, bonus trap disarm. That's real good, actually. We get a town event. Yeah, we're going to do this mission then. So, Wash is going. Sophia is going. Who's going to back him up? I think we got to take probably Padme, and you're going to be working out of the 2-hole there. I'm going to take Caitlin Stark as well. Tempted to take Henry Blake, but... Question it boils down to is we would rather have a Blight or a Bleed in the Warrens. Little additional stress relief if we go with Henry Blake. A little better single target damage. But, you know, well, we can't take Henry Blake. Henry doesn't need EXP. Pete, you're defeating your own You're right. I'm working at cross purposes again. Forgot what the hell I was doing for a moment, but then, you know what? I'll snap back at the end. So, Wash, you're going to take your Crusaders orders. And if you're working out of the first position, I actually quite like the Brawler's Gloves. This will reduce our overall stress, but we could also just take something that gives us more damage. But the Brawler's Gloves don't really do anyone else any good. It does lower our crit, which we could... If we're taking minus 20% stress, why don't we just take something that gives us plus 20% stress and just gives us bonus damage? This does lower our HP slightly. But we are vastly resistant to, well, first off, just because we have a lot of HP, but two, we're resistant to death blows anyway, which is fine. Sophia, nothing fancy here. We're just going to make you as dodgy as possible. I would like to find a way to up both Sophia's dodge and also her damage output, but I have yet to come across any combination of trinkets that makes that possible. Where is my Plague Doctor trinket? Where you at? I got 2 heroes rings, but that's not what I'm looking for. Hey, where's my Plague Doctor trinket? Who's got it? Who's got my Plague Doctor trinkets though? How is Caitlin starting? What's going on with the trinkets here? Hold on a minute. Unequip all trinkets. Yes. Sort them by rarity. I am missing trinkets. I am missing a poisoned herb. Actually, no. I'm not missing them. I left them in a dungeon, didn't I? When we had a man who got killed earlier. It wasn't Caitlin Stark. When we fought the... Yeah. Lori Grimes sort of took those to the fucking grave with her. Son of a bitch. That's a real kick in the nuts. Alright then. Well. Shit. I forgot about it. God, Lori Grimes has completely... She screwed us. She screwed us. Took 2 of our best trinkets to the grave with her. God damn it, Grimes. You worthless sack of crap. This Mrs. Head came back at least. Alright then. Caitlin Stark. I'm suddenly very salty. Very salty. So what are we going to do for our grave robber? Or rather, for our occultist then? Or rather, let's just get it right and actually call them a plague doctor, which is what they are. I'm kind of at a loss. We've got to have something that gives us a bonus blight damage somewhere, which is really what we're looking for, is more blight skill chance. We also would like to get more stun skill chance. And if only we had a trinket that did both of those things, I would be a much happier man. We could give you the Blight Amulet. Okay, what do we want to have to couple with that? And Blight Amulet is good, but giving you... We could give you Blight, Bleed, Disease, Resist. Giving you bonus damage versus Eldritch is not helpful at all. Ancestor Scroll, we could give you bonus Virtue Chance. Junia's Head, Crescendo. We could just give you... You know what? Just take a Book of Sanity. That's fine. And for our Vestal, it's the standard... kit out for our Vestal. It's just a Sacred Scroll and a Tome of, Junia's Head. Yep, there we go. I'm real salty, man, about the whole Lori Grimes completely boned you, Pete. You forgot all about Lori Grimes. I did forget all about Lori Grimes. I forgot she got killed. Well, I remembered that she got killed. I just forgot that she died in a fashion that also was capable of completely screwing us. No, I don't need this shovel. Anti-venom. Let's grab a couple of those. 2 bandages, 1 medicinal herb. Always take a key into your dungeon. We already have a holy water that we probably won't need. Let's grab 2 full stacks of torches. This is just a medium dungeon. At some point, we are going to have to make a run on the old darkest dungeon itself. It's got to be done. We're still trying to figure out what team we want to take into that run. I'm thinking the last time we did it with a Jester, a Grave Robber, a Vestal, and I think a Crusader. If we could swap any of that out, what would we swap out? We could swap the Jester maybe for, I'm thinking, a Houndmaster.
Even the fiercest beast will lay down when it is not eaten.
We do need the ability to cure blights and bleeds, though, because the blight... What we could probably do is just tool up with bandages. That might be the way to patch it in. So, we're gathering 3 grain sacks, alright? Neither of these curios is a quest objective, but likewise, neither of these curios results in a fight. So, who wants a damage bonus? Sophia wants a damage bonus. This is why we brought medicinal herbs. Quaff the moonshine and get yourself some bonus damage until we camp. Extra 30% is lovely. Glad we came down this hallway. It is going to require us to backtrack a little bit. These are not the blood-soaked pages torn from the Journal of Darius Rucker. And if you don't think any pages torn from the Journal of Darius Rucker are going to be blood-soaked, clearly you have never listened to Fairweather Johnson, my friend. Pete, you seem real obsessed with Darius Rucker. I don't know, Darius Rucker did the crossover thing, but he did it the other way. Normally it's like country artists crossing over to be mainstream like Taylor Swift. Darius Rucker, though, he pulled the old switcheroo. He's like, no, you know what? I'm tired of being mainstream. I don't want to be a generic, bland, soft rock band from the early 90s. I'm giving all that up. What do I want? I want to go be a country music superstar. And then he went and he did it. People are like, can you do that? I don't think music is allowed to go that way. I don't think you can travel that direction. Darius' leg is like, screw you, I'm doing it. Pete, what are you going to do about this giant pig man? Well, he is admittedly a problem. The giant pig man is difficult. What are we going to do? We're going to try and kill the giant pig man. Over the ghoul, Pete? Yes, even over the ghoul. See, that ghoul just hit us for 9 damage and a bleed, which is not the end of the world. This pig man can hit our entire party for like 40. So we got to be real careful with these champion monsters that we've been fighting. See, like, cripple them. This is going to do... Well, it didn't really do much because we dodged it. Can't hit the pig man. Unfortunate. Also, with the giant pigmen, we're not going to get ample or huge-ish opportunities. We really want to stun this guy because he's going to throw an A. He's going to throw... Oh, he's basically immune to stuns. Okay. Well, we should have probably paid attention to that before we threw a stun attack at him. And then he dodged our blight. Okay. Well, we're getting spit roasted. That means we got bumped back, took a catastrophic amount of damage, and we're stunned. Now we're taking a howl as well. Oh, good. We got the worries, which makes us take additional stress henceforth, and I also thoroughly despise. Padme Amidala is going to heal Wash. Well, I guess we'll go for the Shadow Fade then. And our party is woefully out of order. Yet again, our stun got resisted. Here comes the howl. So stress is really getting out of control. Nice dodges from Caitlin Stark. Too bad she can't do anything from this position at all. Padme can... This pigman is fucking unhittable. I'm tired of the unhittable pigman. Somebody hit the pigman. He needs to be dead. All we can do, once again, is try and Shadow Fade. This guy is actually more stun resistant than the pigman. We're stuck. Okay, so this party is not real good when they get shuffled. And by not real good when they get shuffled, I mean they're actually like catastrophically terrible when shuffled. You know what? No. Just sit up here and do nothing. We're going to have you stand here and take the stress. Once again, Wash is getting spit roasted and stunned and pushed to the back. I need Wash. I need him. You know what? This fucking pig has got to die. If I have to do it 5 damage at a time, I'll fucking do it 5 damage at a time. You gotta... No, you gotta... You have nothing that can hit the... We have nothing that can hit the front rank from here. Nothing. This is absolutely perfect. We forgot to fix Sophia's skills, and you know what? We're paying the fucking price for it. We're gonna get 1 attack off every other turn. And we're taking stress every time, every damn time we do it. Please kill him, Wash. Thank fucking Christ. Okay, Spit Roast has completely destroyed us. The critical heal is much needed at this point, but now our stress is absolutely out of control. Sophia would be dead by now if it weren't for the repeated and... I'm a salt mine right now. I really am a salt mine. The stun is nice. Okay, please move back. We're not going anywhere ever again until we fucking fix our skills. That's the way this shit is gonna go. Pete, are you really gonna charge this corpse? Yep. I gotta get my Plague Doctor moved. He's in a position where he can't do anything. We gotta get him moved. We're getting nothing out of the rest of the team. Shadow Fade 1 last time just to put ourselves back in order. We knew he was gonna resist the stun. That's fine. Get some Blight. There we go. Plague Doctor finally contributes something. It's been the entire mission, and we finally get something out of him, and we have a catastrophic amount of early stress. Those pigmen are really out of goddamn freaking control. Okay, so drop a big heal on Wash. The spit roasted pigmen are just... They're ludicrously powerful. Just stupid powerful. And we're fixing Sophia's skills, because she's got all the wrong shit. Okay, we're not moving until this shit is fucking repaired. Get rid of that. Get picked to the face. I want flashing daggers, I want hurled dagger, and I want toxin trickery. The rest of this stuff can all eat a dong. There's a reason I don't typically use those skills, and we have just discovered what that reason is. Also, blinding gas is probably not going to do us a whole lot of good, because it's got a base stun of, what, 139, and we have no bonuses to it? Means it's going to be working like half the time on most of the monsters in this dungeon that we might be interested in actually hitting with a stun attack. We really need to find these curios and get gone. Also, we're probably paying for stress relief for the entire team at the end of this dungeon. Never touch books. Also wandered into a trap.
Watch your step.
What I'd really like to get here is some scouting, guys. How come we're not getting like any scouting whatsoever? If Wash gets spit roasted again, we're in serious trouble. In fact, you know what, Wash? We brought abundance of food. Why don't you eat a big pile of it? Because I really don't want you to die to a single spit roasting. Cash and prizes in this dungeon have also been, thus far, pretty goddamn disappointing. Oh, no, we have holy water, Padme Amidala, and you are a Vestal. You got lucky.
As the light gains
We have not
purchase,
found a single one of the objects we came down here to find.
and purpose is made clear.
Oh, this will be a fun fight. And we got surprised, despite our highlight run. Honestly, us getting surprised here is not the end of the world. We need Padme back. You know what? Just here. Swap it. We got to get rid of the shuffle. That debuff gives us a huge damage reduction penalty. You know what? That's fine. We're going to cure our... Since we're not going to hit for shit damage anyway, we're going to try and cure our stress and give ourselves a little bit of a heal, because we're taking crippling damage.
On the brink, facing the abyss.
Wash has been critical like 75 times at this point. Okay. Well, we could start working some blight damage. Who's the bigger threat? The Swinotar is definitely the bigger threat, and the problem with that is he's ridiculously blight resistant, and our Plague Doctor ain't exactly rocking the world's greatest blight damage at the moment.
Devastating blow.
Nice shot from Sophia. That's a little help. Okay, another big heal for Wash. That puts him at 27. That should be enough to keep him off of death's door, even if he gets hit twice. Sophia is marked. Are you going to attack the marked target? Nope. Trot retreat. This is a stun and a shuffle, I believe. Doesn't matter because it didn't stick either way. So, throw more knives. We're getting good aggregate damage out of our Grave Robber. I'm sorry, I'm so on tilt here. I'm having trouble concentrating and thinking. That first fight really, really got me off my game, man. You gotta be shitting me. Wash has been nothing but critical this entire goddamn dungeon. That's like his 5th critical. Well, we're definitely on death's door. And if we lose a speed roll here, not only are we on death's door, we might just straight up be dead.
Monsters of emptiness reveal themselves.
We have to use a battlefield medicine here. We've got to get him off death's door. We can't risk losing a speed roll and taking a hit. Pick to the face. We got to get this Swinotar dead, guys. The Swinotar has to die. We can't actually throw adequate heals at Wash, so our only choice is to Mace Bash. Little Tentacle Devour. Don't hit Wash. Okay, this is acceptable. These guys have not been hit yet. We'll take a crunching backhand. Another pick to the face, please. 14 damage. We're getting closer to having the Swinotar dead. Give me some blight. We've got them all blighted up. We don't have to hit the Swinotar anymore either, because that man is actually dead now. We're gonna go for the divine healing. That's a little bit of heal for everybody. If we could get a party shuffle going. We got to do the icky shuffle here, guys. You cannot hit that guy. You know what? I don't care that that guy already has fatal damage. We got to restore our party order a little bit. Another pick to the face. Sophia Pelletier is doing some frontline combat damage here. The critical from Caitlin Stark is very helpful, especially for the stress relief. This party is really, really bad when they get fucking shuffled.
Waits for the slightest.
It's like our 85th critical of the day. I'd say we need to focus on healing, but we're not really going to be able to out-heal the incoming damage in a champion mission just because every hit is a fucking critical. Resisted to our blight as well, which is also unfortunate. We really need to get out of this fight, guys. We also really need to drop a big heal on Wash. Comes the tentacle. Dodge it. Sophia, your dodges are not... Yeah, you know, I will try and heal you in a moment. Maybe Toxin Trickery again, though, because your dodge is absolutely stupefyingly huge right now, and yet you still continue to refuse to dodge. We're using... You better dodge this. Okay, then. I was going to be unbelievably furious if we got hit by that attack. Oh, this dungeon, though. Alright, well, we gotta do it. Gotta camp now. We're gonna feast. We need the heals. We also, more importantly, kind of need the stress relief. So, since we do have somebody who has a mortality debuff, I think we gotta go for the Sanctuary. It gives us a huge stress relief, prevents nighttime ambush. It not only keeps us safe, you have the ability to cure a disease. We're gonna get rid of the worries, because that disease sucks dick. And then I think maybe we Gallows Humor. Yeah. Nice work. That was the greatest dark comedy joke since George Carlin's You Are All Diseased. Who has a lot of stress left? You know what? You have 18. Does anybody else have a disease? If anybody else has a disease, we may apply the leeches. Anybody else? It looks like we are all diseased-free. Wow, we went like the anti-George Carlin on this, and we are not all diseased. We are actually all diseased-free. And now covered in unguent. As a product development person, do you think the guy who invented unguent realized he was giving it such an absolutely unappealing name? Do you think he thought to himself, oh, you know, nobody's going to mind putting unguent on themselves. Who doesn't want to be smeared in unguent? It's a delightful sounding substance. Just, you know, be like, hey, what's wrong with you? Oh, you know, I just need a little unguent. People be like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? He's got to get unguent. He's definitely got some kind of hideous ailment that I want no part of. A little bit of a grave nibble. Sophia continues to refuse to dodge, despite statistically should be dodging roughly half of attacks. Okay, we gotta go for our group heal. Champion missions really love to fucking focus fire. That's all I'm gonna say. They love them some focus fire. We were never gonna get a stun off on that guy. The blight damage we can at least get started on. We can have Wash pick up a kill. One of these chump stains. Pick to the face him. I don't want to take another hit from the grave nibble. I'd really rather just push the ghoul to the front and start blighting him to down. Don't hit Padme. Okay. Skull toss is fine as long as it doesn't critical. We're alright. It didn't critical, so we're okay. Stunning our Plague Doctor is not the end of the world. Nice critical. Okay, Padme, heal yourself. 12-point heal for the Podster. Pick to the face. That is fatal? Yes. Just enough to get the fatal damage in. Alright, we still have not found a single friggin' quest objective here. I blame our lack of scouting. I blame that on our lack of scouting entirely. Oh, this sucks. These guys are just unspeakably dangerous. They have so much health as well. Comes the power vomit. We're in... I'm not gonna lie, I think we're probably gonna die here. We got some people who are definitely going to death's door. We also have tetanus, which is lovely. We can't seem to win a speed roll to save our lives either. This guy's 90%. You know what? I'm not even gonna try and stun him. I just want to kill him. He is so dangerous. We have got to kill him. Killing him is more important than anything else we could do, with the exception of maybe healing Sophia so that she doesn't die. Let's just try and whittle down the opposition a little bit. In 2 swings, we can take that cultist down. That was probably a critical dodge. If we had taken damage from that attack and gotten stunned, that might have been all she wrote. These swine slayers are just ridiculously powerful, though. Like, I don't ever want to come back into the champion. I don't ever want to come back into the champion warrants because these guys are just absurd. That attack did 36 aggregate damage, man. That's too much. Okay, we're definitely going to go for AoE heal here. And, oh, fantastic. Just when we needed it the most, we roll minimum damage. Yep, well, we're definitely stunned. That's real bad. Okay, Wash, you gotta get a kill here. Okay, he did. We gotta somehow figure out a way to do something to our piggish friend back here. His little buddy is slowly ticking away. Oh, shit. We're gonna get Death's Door, and then we're gonna get hit by a cripple them, and Padme is gonna die. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna... Nope, spit roasting Caitlin Stark instead. Well, that's 2 on Death's Door. Oh, not quite. Alright. Has to be done. I don't want to forego the damage, but actually we already have fatal damage on this guy. Not on that guy. Okay, Wash. I'm really tempted to have you heal, but we actually need this guy dead. He's coming at you with the Butcher's Cut. We're so beat up. These guys just do way too much fucking damage. This man has fatal damage already. He drops dead at the start of his next turn. The Blight is very useful in dealing with those guys, at least. I would love to be able to stun this dude, but we are not going to get the chance. We really got to get some heals off here. Okay, so let's start there. It's not much of a heal, but it's stress relief, which is also important. And, okay, that's Death's Door for Caitlin, then. On the plus side, this guy gets 1 attack, has no AoE attacks, and we are going to get a chance to out-heal him. I think maybe we leave this guy alive for a while to try and get some heals off. Even if it means we're taking some damage, I think it's probably worth it. We're going to have you Toxin Trickery. We're just going to let that Blight slowly tick on him. I was going to be furious if that attack had not been dodged. Okay, Inspiring Cry. Let's get a little more here. We got to bump our health back up. We can't camp anymore. We're going exclusively for AoE heals here. Why, Pete? Why would you go exclusively AoE heals? Because I really just want more chance to critical. If we got to take some delay penalties here for the actual overall healing, it's definitely worth it. We're going to get rid of Wash's Bleed. Wash is then going to return the favor, heal Padme. Padme's going to AoE heal. And we're just going to let this guy shank us. The old ball and chain, it's fine. Does 4 damage, and I don't care about the stun. If you're going to stun anybody, stunning our Plague Doctor is actually the best possible target. Another minimum damage AoE heal, which is disappointing. You know what? Totally worth it. The heal's definitely worth that amount of stress. Continue dodging, please. And you should be almost unhittable. She actually... How the fuck did you get hit with plus 60? Your dodge is 110 right now. How the hell did you find a way to get hit through 110 dodge? I mean, that's just insulting. We're not tearing... Reinforcements is a new mechanic. Alright, well, you gotta die then. And now we have to kill this ghoul. He's gonna give us a bunch more stress. Of course he is. Also probably like 55 diseases. You know what? I would actually... I still think this has been a net win for us. Even though we are going to take some additional stress damage here. The miss was very not good there, Wash. We're going to take some additional stress damage. I still actually think this one is a win. We've got some stress to play with. What we didn't have to play with was health. And say what you want about ghouls, they're obnoxious and they do catastrophic levels of stress damage. What they don't do, however, is a lot of physical damage. So that's going to give us an opportunity to patch most of our most grievously injured troopers. We can get them patched up. They better not start giving me any more tarrying or delay penalties here either, because now I actually am trying to kill this man. Critical Blight is Delight. You know, Blights, I really wish the criticals worked in a different fashion than the fashion in which they actually work, because Blight criticals are almost never useful. You'd be like, oh, Pete, they extend the duration. Yeah, I mean, I know how they work, but here's the thing. How often are you going to want to Blight something and have it still be alive for 5 turns? You're not going to want to let it linger around that long for that Blight to ever actually tick out. So in most cases, The extra critical damage is not useful. I would rather have it double the damage of the dot that's being applied. Bone altars, I don't remember. I think these are ones you just touch. Infuses the hero with great power. Is that bonus damage? It is bonus damage. We gave up our earlier bonus damage when we finally managed to scout something. Curio, obstacle, curio, quest location. Okay, so we got 2 more fights that we have to do then, and 1 more curio. God damn you, Padme. What, are you gonna give her a quirk she already has? She's fascinated by the bloodthirsty remains. She already was. That's why she keeps touching them. Dig through this. Shoveled. All right. Well, since we're never gonna actually get to use the holy water, you know what? Drink it. It does give us bonuses, I think, for stress relief. Also, put the party back in their proper order. I'm going to keep 1 because we don't have a full inventory yet. I want to make sure our light level is as high as possible. If we have to fight another one of those unholy pig abominations, I do want to be able... what do we want to get rid of here? Probably this citrate, I think. At 250 gold, we can afford to spare. But if we do have to fight another one of those ungodly powerful pigmen... I lost my train of thought. You're not really very focused today, Pete. You're right. I'm straight up on tilt. But if we... What was I going to say? Oh, right. If we do have to fight another one of those pigmen, I want to be, like, as buffed as we could possibly be. I know this room is empty. We're just going to backtrap. Step on your feet. Just go in the door, then stop throwing stupid chat barks and do your damn job. We got 1 more quest location to clear, and if we can clear it, we're out of this festering abomination of a hole. I don't ever want to come back here. The spit roasting guys are just, they're too damn dangerous. They're too good. They're too damn good. Eat a couple of that food. We need to get rid of something. We have to go, what, like another 70 feet to hit the end of the dungeon? Maybe we just max our torchlight. Dump the torches? You know what we actually should dump is we should dump the keys. I'm sorry, we're not going to get to read the journals of Darius. Oh, trampled journal? Again, I can't be bothered unless it's... I only care about Darius Rucker. Country music superstar. He's my only concern. Unless they find a secret room, we're definitely done then. Okay, so we got a decent scout here. We did not find a secret room. This shit is over. So these torches are going on the floor. We're going to take out this foodstuffs crate, and we're getting the fuck out of this dungeon. Yeah, we're done. Out. Return to the Hamulet. No, this is a handsome reward. It's not handsome enough. Although we did get a pretty useful grave robber trinket. Bonus scouting is good. It doubles the amount of food they eat, which is terrible. Bonus speed, bonus trap, disarm chance. More importantly, +3 crit is frankly amazing. And we made it. Okay, beautiful. Both of our team made it to 6. That's exactly what we wanted, which means after we fix all of their many grievous and sundry ailments, we can actually go take a run at the Darkest Dungeon. Replaced Warren's... Steady is way better than Warren's Tactician, so that's an upgrade. Eldritch Slayer is much better than Manslayer. If I had to pick between 2 different varieties of Slayers, those are definitely the 2 I would have chosen. Fangophobia. If Torch is above 70, that's actually terrible. We take bonus stress and highlight. That's awful. Guilty Conscience replaced Flagellant. Everybody wound up with a disease or a negative quirk. That sucks. Free provisions next time. That's nice. I mean, it's a nice tangential benefit. You know, Caitlin Stark, I kind of think like you're out of our first run on the Darkest Dungeon. Without the trinkets to buff you up and give us the guaranteed damage, I don't think you can cut the mustard. I think we can replace you with trinkets. I think you're going to be replaced by a large number of anti-venoms and bandages, which is mostly why we're bringing you in. Without the stuns and guaranteed blight damage, you're not doing us any good. Hoban Washburn, we can do whatever we want with Wash. We can get him patched up. Dwayne Hicks. So it's going to be, I think, Dwayne Hicks, Henry Blake, Padme, and Sophia are going to be our first team on the dungeon. How will those guys do if shuffled is the question. Because the last guy we're going to fight does have a shuffling attack. Except for Padme, they're all pretty good in any position. They can all do something from any position except Padme, who, I mean, she can, in theory, do something from first position, just not what we need her to do. What disease did you get? Bad humor. We are not going into the darkest dungeon with bad humors. That has got to be cured immediately. So we're going to have to take it's going to be 2 more missions then before we can actually make our run in the darkest dungeon. Because Padme is going to need to be patched up. She's also going to need some stress relief. Sophia has tetanus. Yeah, we got to get rid of that too. Alright. Nope, I can't just straight up drag her into the sanitarium, but what I can do is come over here and cure her friggin' tetanus. Wash, you can chill for a minute. We'll find another way to deal with your problem. You don't actually have to go in the darkest dungeon, so it hardly matters anyway. Caitlin Stark, we're choosing to not take. Sort these guys by level. I like it. I mean, I don't like what we experienced down in the dungeon. Those champion level pig guys are just off the rails, man. They're off the rails. We need more pigs like this one. Cute, pink, happy to just shove their nose into a bucket of slop and quietly munch away while Grant Wood and his wife look on. That's what we need more of. Less spit roasting pigs, more pigs on a spit roast. We also need less of this outro. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more of our potentially fail run on the darkest dungeon, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. In the meantime, we're going to be picking up ourselves a nice little veteran Hellion here as well. Why the hell not?
Rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
I actually really like Hellions, and there is one layer of the darkest dungeon in which they are quite useful. Good for me. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.